Hey guys, what is going on? Lego Man, what you do? And today in this video, I'll be reviewing the Lego Ninjago set 71717 Journey to the Skull Dungeon. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first minifig is Lloyd, and on the box on the top of it, it does advertise him as Hero Lloyd, so that is definitely very interesting. I also really like his accessories with just his sword and this really interesting shield piece, because each of the ninjas do come with that, and I just really love the dragon print with like all the detailing on it. And that is just the Captain America shield, but just in a different color. Then taking off his two accessories, it does reveal a bit more of that really awesome printing. I really love the look of it, and I just really love the detailing and like the printing with like the dragon sort of part up here, and then like the belt buckles. And I also really like the different greens as well, with like his legs being a dark green and also having a bit of light green on it, and then like his torso. And I also really like how one of his arms are green and then the other one is like this grey colouring. The shoulder armor piece is definitely really awesome. I really love the look of that. And it does cover up some printing, but it also does have some very interesting printing. I did try with the sword to actually put it in there, but it is a little big, so then like the minifig won't be able to walk. But the shield does fit in there. Wow, I just took the clip off. But the shield does fit in there really nicely, and I really love how they did incorporate that. Instead of just having like Lloyd always carrying his shield and his sword, you could just put like the shield in that, and I think it works very nicely. But it is a little top heavy in my opinion, so like he can very easily fall over. But the new helmet piece is really cool as well. I really like how it does have the ninja sort of color on there. For instance, we have green, and I think the sort of silver or like the grey works really nicely on this, and it kind of reminds me of like a bike helmet from like Lego City. And his first face expression is just sort of like this sort of smile, and then the next one is just like a generic angry Lloyd face expression. The next minifig is Hero J, and he also does have the same shield piece as Lloyd, and I believe all the ninja do. And then his other accessory is this really cool sort of medieval inspired mace. I really love the look of it, and I think this sort of pyramid pieces work really well. And I also really like the chain in that gold coloring. And then his torso print also has some really cool detailing to it, and also some really cool prints on it. I especially like the one on like the front of the torso. I'm not too sure what it is supposed to represent, but I think it works really nicely. And the blue and also like the dark blue work really nicely as well. I also really like the dark blue on like the pants. I think that looks really cool. And then he also does have the same shoulder armor piece as Lloyd, with the clip at the back to put his shield. And then the ninja helmet piece is the exact same to Lloyd's, but just in a different coloring. Then Jay does have two facial expressions. His first one is this sort of smile, very similar to Lloyd's, and then his next one is like this disappointed face expression. The next minifig is Nia, and I believe this is the only set she does come in. I'm just trying to think if she comes in anymore. I'm not too sure if she does, but I'm pretty sure this is the only set she does come in. And I think she's definitely a really awesome minifig in like one of the cheap sets for this wave of Ninjago, because her torso printing is definitely really awesome. I really love the look of it with like this sort of fur detailing and like this sort of blue detailing on like this armor piece on her torso. And I also really like the color of like one of her sleeves in like this sort of light brown color. And then her pants also have a really nice design with like the blue and like this sort of armor here. And then her accessories are just the shield piece, and then also this really nice sort of medieval inspired spear. And then the shoulder armor is the exact same for all the ninja, and then like the clip, and then she also does have some torso printing. And then the helmet piece, honestly, in my opinion, it really doesn't work as well, because like with like the dark grey and then like the sort of silver and grey, just really doesn't work as well as the rest of the ninja. But I'm really glad we got to see like this variant of Nia. Her first facial expression is this sort of like shocked or happy one, and then the next one is like this pretty disappointed one. Then the final minifig for this set is Mert. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing his name correctly, and I think this is such an awesome minifig. I love his accessory of like this sort of axe, and then his torso and leg printing is definitely really awesome. It has a lot of really cool detailing on it with like the muscles and like this sort of a necklace he does wear, and like his pants also have some really nice detailing to it. And then this new shoulder armor piece, which I believe is new to this wave of Ninjago sets, is really awesome. And then at the back, he also does have some really nice back printing on his torso. The shoulder armor is definitely really awesome. I love how it sort of goes up to like his mouth. It kind of reminds me of like the shoulder armor from the Hunted wave of Ninjago sets. I also really love like the texturing and the coloring of it. And then taking off the shoulder armor, I believe he does only have one facial expression, and that is a sort of generic smile in a way. I'm not too sure like what that is, but we can get a bit more of a look of like his sort of necklace. But I really love his facial expression. And then the hairpiece, I believe, was from like the Hunted wave of Ninjago set. In this set, you do get 3 builds. Apart from the main one, there are 2 other small builds. So first we'll take a look at them. Introducing this wave of Ninjago sets is this really cool sort of spinjitzu dice idea. I really like the idea of it, and I'm glad they sort of have this game-inspired idea on like this wave of Ninjago set. It works pretty easily, very similar to like spinjitzu with like the design of it, but I'm not too sure if it's going to work as well on like carpet. So you just put like a minifig in there, whoever you're going to like roll the dice with, and then you do spin it like a spinjitzu piece, and it sort of does that. And I believe like whatever number sort of faces you, I believe that's like how many moves you do. Very similar to like a dice, so just do it like one more time. Yeah, it really doesn't work as well on carpet than like a hard surface, but I do like the idea of it, and I think having this sort of game in a Ninjago set is definitely very interesting. Then you also have a small build for like this podium sort of idea with like 3 lives, and then I believe like this crate is where you put like the weaponry of like whatever ninja you're going to use. So you just put like the ninja on these sort of 2 tiles here, and then like that's the ninja who you are, I believe you're playing as. I'm pretty sure like that's what it is supposed to be, and like you put their weapons in there. So you just put like Lloyd's sword in there at the moment, and I think it's a nice inclusion because I really like the idea for like the lives, how they're very easily like taken off. So like if Lloyd loses life, you could just like do that and then place him back on there. So I think that idea is definitely very fun, and it can be definitely engaging to like younger audiences. So now we'll take a look at the main build for this set, and I must say this thing is definitely really awesome. I do love the look of it, and there are 2 sections to it because this one does attach to these bars down here, but it's just a really loose attachment, and I'm pretty sure the reason is because like you're supposed to like move it around and all that. But I think overall, the overall design for this set is definitely really awesome. I love the amount of detailing in this set. All the play features is definitely really awesome as well. So first we'll start with this small section here because it does attach to the main build via these bar and then like clip attachment here. But it is a very loose attachment. I'm not too sure like why, maybe because of like how it is designed, but I'm not too sure. But I do like how you can move this sort of section any sort of which way you want. Instead of just having like a straight line, you can have it in like a snake design. So I just find that really fun. And they are attached by like these sort of bendy, I'm not too sure like the official name, but like those sort of bendy pieces. Now I also really love the design for this with like the rock design and all that. And these are stickers as well, if you're wondering. And I find it very interesting with like these pieces to represent lava. I think they definitely do look really cool. And these sort of stickers here are supposed to represent like where you're supposed to go for like this board game inspired idea. So say if we were to roll like a 1, we'll just grab Mer here for an example, and you would, I believe like you start here and then like you move up 1. And if we get to this section here, I really love this play feature. You pull this sort of piece, or like you push it in, and then Mer, he's supposed to go flying, but that's a bit sad. So we'll just try it one more time. I just really love how that play feature does work. There we go. I really love how that play feature works, and it's just like really simple. Just I believe like maybe 1 or 2 technique pieces and like this sort of big tooth piece, and then when you do push that, it sort of flicks up, and like the pressure of it then sort of makes this plate sort of flip. So I find that very simple but just really effective, and I really like how hidden it is. Apart from like these sort of mechanism here, it is quite visible. So I kind of wish they maybe went for like a grey coloring just to make it less more visible. But overall, I think that's really cool. And then there is a spider here, so I do like that sort of obstacle. Then moving on to the main build, I think this thing is definitely really awesome. I really love the rock work down here, like all the lava coming out. I think that is really cool. But I'm not too sure like what these pieces are supposed to represent. Maybe like the support for the building or like the sort of structure. And there is a staircase build here, and what I really love about this is how like rocky it does look because it's like underground, and like this whole season sort of revolves underground or under the Shintaro mountain. And I also really like how outer structure it does look. It really doesn't look like stable in my opinion. Like if you were to like one step, you could very easily fall off it. So I really like how it does look. And then moving up to the stairs, I really like this sort of camp area design with like this sort of toothpiece to represent like fire and like the translucent orange, just some bones good. I'm really not sure you're gonna like be able to cook bones. And then like this sort of X marks the spot area, which I believe if you land there then like you finish the game. So we just put Lloyd there for now. And then yes, we got the sort of we can't put him on there. We got the sword of I believe like darkness maybe or like vengeance. And I really like how it's like built up on like this sort of podium design with like the broken wood, and they are stickers, but it is a little hard to see. And then like some green flame design, and then turning it around, it does have a bit more to it with like this hidden gem here under the stairs. And then just a really simple build for like a bed for I believe Mert. So I find that just very interesting, and like we're just gonna put him in there for a little nap. And then there is another hidden gem or like sort of diamond or ruby there. And then there is one final play feature with this really awesome cage design. So we'll put Jane there like the box does advertised. And I really like how simple this is, but it just works really well. And I also like how like the sort of prison or like the jail cell, it's just a very simple design. It doesn't really use too many pieces, and that's what I really like about this. So we'll sit Jane there, and then we can sort of move this up to actually raise it or lower it. So I just find that really simple, but just very effective. And that does work via a chain and just like a few Technic pieces as you can see. So I find that just really enjoyable just to do that over and over again. So now we take a look at the packaging for this set. Included is this Kids Go Free like Legoland Discovery Center and like resorts, I believe, yeah. And it is Kids Go Free with like a paid adult ticket. Now I'm probably not going to use this, but I just find it interesting how they have included this, because like Ninjago sets are more sort of towards kids. So it's just like very interesting how they do have like this sort of Kids Go Free thing. But apart from that, there is another advertisement for the other Ninjago sets, and it does have like a game experience included, and I just find that very interesting. It has this sort of expand the game with all the other Ninjago sets, because they do all connect, and I just find that really awesome. And then they do have like this sort of how to play the game on like this set, so I just find that very interesting, and I'm really glad they do include that. And then there is this really awesome maze part of the advertisements, and it does connect the other Ninjago sets, as you can see, with like the numbers. So I just find that really awesome, and I just love how they sort of have this idea of having all the Ninjago sets for this wave connect into this really awesome like board game. And then the manual doesn't have any advertisements, and then the box has this really awesome cartoonish design to it. I just find it really interesting how LEGO have all of a sudden gone to this like cartoonish design, because with the previous Ninjago set it didn't have like this cartoonish design, and then with the Harry Potter and like the Umbridge's Encounter Forbidden Forest set, that had a cartoonish design to it. So very interesting how they're going into like this cartoonish design, but I think it definitely looks really awesome. I love the box art with like the sort of crystal part, all the lava, and then like this sort of tunnel part here. So overall, I think this is definitely a really awesome set. I love the minifig selection for this set, and then Rip Nair, she sadly fell. And then all the different play features for this set are definitely really awesome. Everything included is definitely great, especially like this Spinjitzu design piece of like a dice. Very interesting, and I would definitely love to see other themes try tackle this board game design, but I don't think any other theme could possibly do it as well as Ninjago. And I also really love the design for the build over here, just everything included with like the lava, the rock work is definitely really awesome, and then the cage design is definitely great with like that play feature. So I would definitely recommend this set to pretty much anyone because it's definitely fun if you're not a Ninjago fan with like that board game inspired idea. And then if you are a Ninjago fan, the minifig selection is definitely very awesome, especially for Nia because I believe this is the only set she does come in. And then Mer is definitely great to get in cheap set, and then just the build as well is definitely very awesome. So as always guys, hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below, and I can see you soon. Goodbye!